Well, my new shirt arrived, and I love it. Mike Johnson, I don't know if he's on YouTube, but I'm communicating with him, and he showed me this one, and I just loved it at sight. So I went ahead and bought it because it's cool. Well, as you all know, we've had quite a few mass shootings lately, and latest Saturday in Allen, Texas, in a shopping mall, and we had a mass run over in Brownsville, Texas, where 7 people got run over by somebody. Just run over. Nobody know if it was deliberate or drunk driving or lose control of the vehicle, but nevertheless they got run over. But we got 8 dead people in Allen yesterday, and I think it was 9 additional injured. And of course that is a tragedy. And it plays well into the hands of, the communists to try to take our guns from us. But, fortunately, our governor, Greg Abbott, he's not lashing out like liberals would do. Oh, we got to check the guns. Well, he's actually doing exactly the same thing as Trump was saying. That is, we got to look at the person who's holding the weapon and using the weapon, because these people got to be mentally ill in order to... come on, use your logic here, people. Even if you're a liberal, use it, right? Who in their right minds would go out with a so-called assault-style weapon? There's no such thing as an assault rifle. The AR is standing for armor light. It don't stand for assault rifle. Unfortunately, it says AR, and that's pretty much the wording, but it is not. It's for sporting. It's also a weapon of war, but a well-trained militia, right? They need to be able to defend the Constitution, which is your duty. So we need to have the weapons to do so, because we see in this country that our government is becoming more and more dictatorial, shrinking our rights. And it's not going to end unless we put a stop to it. And unfortunately, put a stop to it, there's only 2 solutions on that. That is, either be civil disobedient and send them the message that you hereby fired because you work for us, we don't work for you. You're not doing what we, the constituents, have voted you for on your campaign, what you gave of promises. You have not fulfilled any of those promises. Therefore, you are no longer hired by we the people. You need to leave. Or there is the grim solution, and that is you take 2 arms and remove them by force. And I don't want that. I don't think anybody wants a civil war. We have had one, cost 600,000 young men's life, and we're still having a scar in this country because of that. And there's more women in America than there is men because of that. And these young men, at least 250,000 of them, were fighting to free the slaves, and yet we're talking about white supremacy. Come on, right? And news media is saying now, that was on World News today, that they found out that this guy who did this shooting in Allen, Texas yesterday, he was a white supremacist. It's so funny, because this guy who did the shooting was Hispanic. So how can that be white supremacy? It don't make sense. But as soon as they're preying on your emotion, as soon as you hear that word white supremacy, oh, these racists. But it was a Hispanic guy who did the shooting, for crying out loud. Now, I have an article here. It says here, one factor that has been associated with dozens of mass shootings in America, psychiatric medication use. We believe an investigation into the link between psychiatric drugs and mass shootings is an essential step towards understanding the escalating violence we are witnessing in America. A lot of people in this country are mentally ill, unfortunately. And the so-called pandemic did not help on that. A lot of people suffered greatly. Loneliness or just despair over what was happening. I must say that the Hopkins Institute and all the other people there, they did brilliant here. It was a fantastic job. Absolutely. To the T. So a great many school mass shootings were taken or withdrawing from psychiatric medication at the time of their assault. In other cases, the shooter had a long history of taking these medications and appeared to worsen over time. Yeah, of course. You're using a chemical to alter the brain chemistry in a human being, and it can be positive, but it can definitely also go ahead and become detrimental to the patient, and of course fatal to those who is standing at the end of the barrel when this person on medication or withdrawal from medication snaps. So the ability of psychiatric medications to induce violence and the fact so many perpetrators of mass shooting took these drugs demand that we investigate the possibility that these events were influenced by prescription medication. And this is exactly what Greg Abbott was talking about. This is exactly what the vast majority of the conservatives in this country is talking about, and that is these people who is doing these things must be mentally ill. There's something wrong with them because it's not the firearm. The firearm is not going by itself out on the street and start shooting. My pistol, it don't have legs. It don't run out on the street and shooting someone who's just there. It don't do that. It's the most lazy pistol in the world. It's just lying there. It doesn't do anything. It's up in the person who's holding the weapon. And you can kill a human being without a gun. You can do it with a pencil. Simple. But you can't kill as many with a pencil. You'll probably be overpowered by a group of people after doing that. So at least 36 school shootings or acts of violence committed at schools has been committed by individuals who were taking or withdrawing from psychiatric medication. In these incidents, at least 250 people were killed or wounded. This psychiatric medication link is not limited to school shooters either. Dozens of acts of senseless violence has been perpetrated by individuals either taking or withdrawing from psychiatric prescription drugs. These tragedies outside of schools have killed at least 270 people and wounded at least 164. There you have it. That's the truth. These people are sick. And I mean, you gotta have these. I don't agree to red flag laws, but let me give you two examples. The FBI and state police in Texas knew about the Uvalde shooters and his intentions. They knew that. They had been following him on social media, all his statements. They knew that he would strike. Why did they not go arrest him and submit him to a psychiatric examination to make sure that he's okay? Because, again, you kill someone because you just want to. That means there's something wrong with you. That's the ultimate decision in your life. That is to end another human being's life. even if it's self-defense, you are changed forever. You're not the same person anymore. Something breaks in you permanently. It cannot be repaired. You can get over it, but you will live with that for the rest of your life, even if you did what needed to be done. So there is something wrong with these people. And then we have the school shooting, where children were murdered in a Christian school here in Texas too, a few weeks ago. FBI and the police knew that this person was going to do that. They had the manifesto that they won't release to the public. They had it. They knew, and they let it happen. The problem here in this country, which I don't see when I was living in Europe, that is, if people are showing these kind of tendencies, they are going to be picked up, and they are going to be examined for their sanity. In America, we're not proactive when it comes to the justice system. We are reactive, and that's the wrong angle. We need to, when we see on social media someone saying, I am going to go out and kill a lot of people next week, he needs to be picked up in the next 24 hours. Something is wrong with that person, woman or man, it doesn't matter. They need to be picked up and they need to be examined. No one in their right minds will come with a statement like that. And also on social media, showing all their weapons they have, and I'm so angry, I'm gonna do something bad. Pick that person up. Get that person off the streets to prevent anything happening. I know it sounds harsh. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. Because this person clearly states and show that he has the means to go out and do that. That's evidence enough. Why wait until people are dead? I don't understand that kind of psychology in the law enforcement departments. That don't make sense anywhere. Someone comes with a threat, act on it before it's too late. And they keep pounding this white supremacy crap. This has nothing to do with white supremacy. This has something to do with mentally ill people. End of story. That's all I have to say. Enough of this. We need to fix the problem, and that is not gun control. That is, we need to be aware of our surroundings. I believe an armed society is a polite society. Over and out. God bless you.